I'm Shari Jonas, and this is Launch, a podcast that offers parenting tips for raising adult children and building better relationships with them. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And since this is a topic that I care deeply about, I wanted to take a moment to share a quick message with you. I didn't plan to do this episode. I sort of woke up this morning thinking that you or someone you know might need to hear this. So please share it if you feel it can make a difference to anyone in your life. I read this quote earlier and it really spoke to me. I tried searching for the author, but it doesn't appear to have one. So if you know who said it, you can leave their name in the comments. I'm a big believer in giving credit to those who deserve it. Here it is. A dysregulated parent cannot regulate a dysregulated child. In other words, if you feel like crap, there's no chance in hell you can help your child, regardless of their age. Those words really spoke to me because we've all experienced something like that throughout our parenting journey. Now, if the word dysregulated needs some clarification, I'll give you the briefest description of it. You're overwhelmed, exhausted, easily triggered, ready to snap, hypersensitive, overreactive, foggy-brained, and the smallest thing just sets you off. Kind of like a wrestler who's been in the ring far too long. You are tapping out. That's what being dysregulated is. Now, if you feel this way all the time, please speak to your doctor. For the rest of us who just experience it sporadically, I want you to know that it is perfectly normal. And anyone who tells you that it's not, or they have no idea what you're feeling, is barely human. Even men experience dysregulation just as frequently as women do, but it looks different for them, and they hide it better. I remember these feelings so well. When my kids were younger, I acted like a super mom. I did everything for them. I ran every household task. I worked full time. I even managed to get to the gym. I did everything in my power to keep all the balls in the air. And if one fell, it was usually a personal one. So if it sounds like I didn't have any support, you're right. My parents lived in other cities, and my husband at the time thought I didn't need his help. And no, I never let anyone think otherwise. Well, those days are behind me now, and the gift I give myself for surviving it all ranges from never setting a morning alarm, to barely planning a meal, to lounging in my bed longer than I should. I hate when my calendar fills up. If I'm too busy one day, I make sure the next one is light. And my social battery has the lifespan of a flip phone that has 1, maybe 2 bars left. My current husband knows that, and I won't plan more than 1 social event a week because that's all I have the patience for. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still a very active person who juggles a lot. The difference is I've learned that I can make myself a priority. So I still eat well and move my body very regularly. I'm even in bed no later than 10 p.m. during the week, which is really early for me. And when it comes to writing, posting podcast episodes, and talking to people that light me up, including my adult children, I have plenty of energy for that. And that's what this brief episode is about. The importance of prioritizing you and your mental health. Now, even though this podcast is to help you with your adult child, it's vital that you take care of yourself first. And that's not easy for many of us who are still in the thick of it. The worst part is we are often too proud, too busy, or too insecure to even ask for help. But here's the truth. Any parent who gets to the point of being burnt out, physically spent, and emotionally frayed is so useless that you won't be able to help anyone, including yourself. So today, I want to share a few simple but proven tips to get yourself back on track when you're feeling out of sorts. And no, I will not be suggesting a bubble bath or a hot stone massage, although I'm sure they both feel good for a minute. This is solid, research-based advice that works, if you choose to do it. 1, move your body. A 20-minute walk, especially outside, can reset your whole system. Nature lowers cortisol, boosts your mood, and clears your mind. It's not just getting fresh air. It will change the way you feel. Now, if you want to do more, find a small, intimate gym that offers 45-minute classes. I started this last year and it changed my body and my mind. But if that's too much, just walk outside. 2, breathe deeply. Breathing is the fastest way to tell your nervous system that you are not in danger, and that feeling calms your body and clears your mind in seconds. You can try it now. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. And exhale slowly for 4 seconds. And do it again. Research has shown us that taking short, shallow breaths, as most of us do, limits the oxygen that our brain needs to think clearly and stay calm. So take some time each day to breathe deeply. 3, say what you're feeling, either out loud or on paper. Stating how you're feeling lowers the emotional intensity in your brain, which is all you really need to stay calm. Think of it like this: if I can name it, I can tame it. Now, I know suggesting that you buy a blank journal and write your feelings, thoughts, worries, and frustrations down might be a stretch for you. But I promise there is nothing more mentally soothing than getting shit out of your head and onto a blank page. You will close that journal feeling more clarity and calmness. It's as good as a walk or a few deep breaths. And the last one is probably something you do, but it's worth saying anyway because the first 3 suggestions are done alone. Pick up the phone and talk to someone who gets you. Feeling heard, supported, and understood is incredibly beneficial. Nothing is more important to our mental health than connection. And if you feel like you don't have someone, you can always reach out to me. Just check the show notes for my contact info. It would be my pleasure to connect with you. I'm keeping this unplanned episode brief, but I want you to know that the reason you need to make your mind and your body a priority is because you really can't help anyone unless you feel calm, centered, and somewhat in control. Taking care of yourself doesn't make you a selfish parent, but it does make you a better one. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star review and remember to subscribe so you never miss another. I'm Shari Jonas, and this is Launch.